we go. All right. Okay. Well, welcome, welcome. Let me do some announcements real quick, and then we will jump in. Okay. First of all, there are, what, 9 days left in the month, I think? I don't know, 8, 9 days, something like that. 8 days left in April, and there is lots of great things that are going to happen the next 8 days, right?
Yes.
Right. It is going to be 8 days of miracle, right?
Yes.
Right. Exciting things are on. One of the big things, of course, you're in the key jewelry, which Roberta was wearing, and I know Jen has hers on too. They're super pretty. They are, I think, one of my favorite prizes so far. They're really, really, really pretty. Gorgeous earrings. And so you earn those when you order 600 wholesale or more this month. And let's see, I want to remind you of a couple other things. First of all, did you guys all see this little promo? I did a video, and I feel like a broken record talking about it. Does everyone have a tracking sheet? Some of you may not. Everyone has a tracking sheet. Avi, do you have one? Okay. And so you guys can earn these. What? Oh.
I didn't know you were passing it that way. I'm like, what?
Oh,
I
sorry.
didn't raise my hand.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll just put
Yeah. I have a couple more. Yeah, if you need more than that, there's 2 there. If you need more, let me know. But anyways, you guys can earn this by the number of items you sell and your wholesale orders. Don't miss out on that. You guys have enough? We did pass enough out? Is good enough? Okay. And let's see, what else? The repair set deal. Did you guys see that the repair set is on sale? You guys see that? But not the lifting serum, because they're still having issues with what, I think they told us, what, June? Yeah. June 7th, they're going to have the new lifting serum. So for the month of May, they are, we don't know how long this promo is going to go. It's till it runs out. You only can order 3. But right now, you can order the repair set with the tone correcting serum and the vitamin C squares instead of the lifting serum while they're in the interim. So that's for $92.50, and it's $248 retail. So you can make a huge profit on that. Did you guys realize that? How big of a difference it is? It's $92.50 wholesale. What'd you say?
I didn't even get a notification.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, yeah. I don't know. An email, right?
Yeah, it was an email from Mary Kay.
It's email from Mary Kay, and yeah, and then they're as long as supplies last. So, and you can only order 3. So I'd stock up. The other thing is that prices are going to increase in May, so stock up on those. Of course, you guys all know about the cruise, right? The cool thing about the cruise is I actually looked this up today. I don't even know why I did this, but I was probably just looking at my friends who have earned it. But there are I don't know, 400 or 500 people so far that have earned it, and there's about 3,000 people that are right there. And so I'm telling you that to say people are earning it left and right. Why not you? Right? Why not you? And even if you're brand new and you just signed up, you guys can earn the cruise. If you want to talk about a plan, we can totally do that, but it really is a mindset and deciding, I'm going to do this. There's 2 months and 8 days left to earn it, and people literally have earned it in the first 10 days, people earned it. And so if you guys want to earn your cruise, talk to your director, we'll map out a plan, but there are lots of people earning it, why not you? Right? Is anyone so excited about earning that cruise? Okay. Because I know we're halfway through the promotion. It's really easy to be like, oh yeah, I was going to do that, but that there's plenty of time. 2 months left to kill it. Let's see what else. 2 months and 8 days. That is. Yes. And then we're doing a sharing challenge. You guys, last week we showed you that cool brush and the new foundations. And remember, you guys can earn that. I'm doing a sharing challenge. What is the sharing challenge? You can earn it. Anybody? There you go. So share with 7 people between whenever I launched it last week till the end of the month. And you earn your foundation color for free of the new foundations that come out next month. When you share with 14 people this month, they do have to follow up with your director. You earn your foundation color and then the brush. So
you'll get it before you can order it yourself.
That's a really cool thing. That's why this is cool, because you'll get it all before you can order it. So between this and my sharing promotion, you guys can earn the new stuff. So are you guys going to share with people?
Yes.
Because I've only had my people in Virginia do it. So I'd love to have you guys earn it, all right? I want to have you earn it, so let's share with some people. No guilt or anything. Just saying, I use it to have people just listen, okay? Have people just listen. They do have to follow up with your director. All they have to do is watch a video or come to an event. Okay, big announcement is seminar registration opens up at the end of this month. Woo! Who knows what seminar is? Brianna, you want to tell them what seminar? I can put you on. I'm going to throw you under the bus for this one, right?
This
You
one
know
I'm
what's
okay
coming.
with.
Yeah, you know what seminar is.
It's just pure excitement.
Yeah, like seminar, you can't miss it. Like if you went to career conference, it is like mini baby-ish compared to seminar. Seminar has like Broadway shows, awards night. It has an extra or 2 more days of training than what career conference has. New products. The expo is huge, where you can take pictures with all the cars. You can go to all the different booths, ask any questions you have to like legal or any questions you have about the apps. They have people on staff. They have product knowledge people on like there to answer your questions in person. And honestly, I think my biggest like why you should go to seminar is because you have no idea what is in your starter kit unless you look and see what is possibly in your starter kit. And we have a lot of opportunity here to see that $1 million year could be in your starter kit, top trips could be in your starter kit, Cadillac could be in your starter kit, all of those things. But when you see how many people are actually earning all of those things, it's not just Candace, it's not just 3 directors, it's not just Kanisha earning 2 cars in 6 months. There are so many people doing it, and it can just open your eyes up to it being possible for you. I signed up for personal use in May. I didn't even want to get together with her.
She blew me off. Mhm.
So rude.
Yep, totally blew me off.
So rude. I brought my child. I made her come to ice cream with my
Nah, it
child
wasn't that
instead of
rude, but-
coffee. But you guys, I didn't know what I didn't know. I had heard other companies were Christian companies and been sorely disappointed. When you go to a Mary Kay event, it is 100% exactly what we told you it is. This company has more integrity than absolutely anybody on the planet. So I signed up in May for personal use, came to my first meeting in June. My very first meeting was it was the 50th anniversary year, okay? And they had just opened up Ballroom A that morning, okay? And so Candace is on a whole nother level of excited. You have not seen her.
Go!
You have not seen her this excited since then. It was crazy. And I'm sure she's been this excited. It was just my first time seeing Candace really excited about something, and she was like, "You gotta go. And I was like, she's like, "Just give me your card, I'll get you signed up." And I'm like, "Okay." And then I left and I'm driving home and I'm like, what the heck? Just gave this lady my card number to go to a trip to Dallas, and I don't know any of these people. I don't know how I'm gonna get there. I don't know where I'm gonna stay. And the stranger I met twice is like, "Don't worry about it, it'll be fine."
Give me your card number.
But you guys, I literally went there with 3 team members, came back from seminar with a vision of being a director, and came back from seminar, and within a month, I went into DIQ and built everything from there. Literally, seminar for me was a huge turning point to see, because I love Candace, but I'm not Candace. And to be able to see other people and identify with other people, oh, she's more like me. Oh, she's more like me. I could see myself in her shoes, because that was hard for me. I couldn't see myself in Candace's shoes, but I can see myself accomplishing the same things that she's accomplished.
In your way.
Yeah, by being me.
Yep.
And you get to see that at seminar.
Yeah.
So
Really cool.
long announcement, but don't miss it.
Seminar is amazing. Registration opens up. And I'm super excited. We have a room block at the Omni. Woo!
You guys are so excited.
Yeah.
We don't have to wait in line for any places ever.
But it's attached.
Ever.
Very cool. It's
And
very,
the walk
very
from the
cool.
Omni is shorter than the walk from the buses.
Yeah,
So
it's really
it's
cool.
way more exciting.
I'm so excited about that.
You guys really love the Omni.
Yeah, it's really
Omni
cool.
has been to seminar before. Yeah, it will be a whole new experience.
Yeah, when you're at the Omni, I'm excited. So,
It'll kind of match being a part of $1 million unit.
I don't know what, well, we'll see, we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, two last things. I don't have you come up and share. We had talked about earlier, but Kelly. But one other thing I do want to say is I forgot Ricky brought this, and I think this is a really good example of this. Is from a magazine of the Good Housekeeping, that our cleanser is in there and receiving awards, and just another great reminder about that we are in a lot of publications, and I think a great marketing tool is to look on In Touch and find out. Do you remember where it is? To find out where it is in all the, I don't know, it's like in the news or something like that. Where it has the list. Where it has the. But anyways, there's a place on In Touch that has the list of like all the publications that Mary Kay is in, and I think a great marketing tool is to maybe grab a few of those magazines, and when you go to your skincare classes, show people stuff like this and say, hey, look, we're in Good Housekeeping magazine. Hey, look, we're in Allure. Hey, look, we're in whatever, because that's a big deal for them to know that this isn't just stuff for old ladies. We are cool and hip, right? We're winning beauty awards, and beauty editors are loving our stuff, and it just gives more validity to our products. So that's another little point that can help you just increase, I think, your sales at appointments, and then also increase your belief in our products. Got it? Okay. And Ave, I don't know, can you come over here so they can hear you over here? Is that okay?
Sure.
And then Ave is going to share a little bit about Kelly and a great idea she had. Come back.
I will.
Yes, they're right here. You're so cute. You're so cute. You're fine.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Nice to see everybody. In a long
We're
time.
glad you're here.
Okay, so one of my major things that got me here is Kelly. Does everybody know Kelly here?
Yes, she's
Okay, Kelly is an absolutely amazing woman, mother, sister in Christ. I'm sure sister and everything else. Her daughter has been in the hospital, and her other children have been sick. And Kelly cooks for us every Monday night, and she's amazing. She never complains about it. Well, hopefully her daughter is coming home tomorrow. She's off oxygen. They're hoping she can stay off oxygen. I think she's 6 years old, young, and she needs to rest. She's pregnant. She needs to stop.
And she's been sick.
She's been sick. I mean, the whole family has just been under attack. This is my request for Kelly, because she would never ask this. So Jonna and I were talking, and we would like to bless her and her family. So I'm asking people to donate $5 or more. My husband is a retired chef who has offered to cook and deliver the food to her. So we have the first meal will be a shepherd's pie, garlic bread and salad. And then with whatever money is left over, he'll continue to cook meals and stuff that they can freeze. He's Italian, so of course they're going to get meatballs and Italian sauce and stuff too. So if you can contact me and just make a donation towards Kelly, because we're family and family takes care of family.
They can find you on Voxer, on our Courageous Area group, and they can message you that way.
Yes.
If they don't personally know you.
Yes, if you don't know me, you can Voxer me, or just message me on Facebook. It's AVE Sala, SALA.
Love it.
Okay.
Thank you, Ave. So sweet. Woohoo! Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys want to know what magazines the ads are in, it's under resource. Oh.
Hi, kids. Okay, so if you want to know where the magazines are, the different ads, they are under resources, and then magazine press, and then it tells you the beauty editor's picks from April of 2019, March of 2019. The Good Housekeeping one is in there. O Magazine. So there's all kinds, and you can actually print these out right there on from your
You don't even have to buy them.
Right. So, and then you can laminate them and just pass them around at your classes.
I think that's great. Thank you, Debbie. All right, Shari. It's all you, girl. You're on. Come sit here if you want to sit here. Let's give Shari a round of applause. Yep, I'm going to squat. I have these for you. I ordered them from your first.
Oh, yeah. Is that one you put? Oh, no, no, the red. Okay.
Thank you.
Don't ever forget to put that into the thing. Only the records boxes out there. Okay. I will do it. All right.
I'm coming. I
Hello,
just need my
everybody.
notebook.
Hi, Shari.
Okay.
Your honey's not with you.
No, he's not. Yes,
See, I'm looking over in the corner.
Yeah, I just think so. No, he's at home. House sitting and dog sitting. Okay, the close. So I kind of need to get myself in the mode because I said I'm going to do a close. Now, sometimes when I do my classes, a lot of times I sit down, by the way. I don't always stand. You know, when we're doing a big crowd like we did here, when you watch me do a live class, I was standing. But a lot of times in a small group around the table, I'm going to sit. So I'm going to stay seated, okay? So I'm going to try to get myself right into it. You're going to take notes on the questions you have of what I do. A lot of it's going to sound familiar to what I talked to you about last week, how I do my close. I'm trying to get through this here. So it's kind of like, yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. That's all right. No, go ahead.
Oh, last week we did the yoga.
I mean the open. I'm saying close. I mean open. Open, open, open. We are talking about open. I'm going to do an open. Okay, open. Because the open is the most important part to your skincare class, along with the close, which we spend a lot of time on. Okay, and last week we really kind of dissected and talked about why the open is important. Y'all remember what that was? Who was here last week? Okay, and if you weren't here, who watched the video? Did you post it?
Yep.
Okay, who watched it? Okay, all right, so who remembers last week some of the reasons why the open is important? Yeah.
Building rapport, making connections,
Yep,
getting your what's going to happen and setting it up.
yep,
We're going to do follow-up interviews. We're going to touch these. We're going to be able to connect with them.
I thought one of the best thing was that you made it. You talked about how you were going to sit over there after.
yes. Yeah, you talk about what you're going to do, then you do it, and then you summarize what you did, right? And when we talked about what we're going to do, we talked about how at the end, you know, we know we're going to do a table close, but at the end we said, and at the end I'll be sitting right over there, or you point somewhere that you set up that you're going to take each individual one by one and talk with them, okay? So one of the things, I mean, we kind of probably figured this out, but one of the reasons these things are important, there's several reasons. But the things that are important in the open that we talk about is it's going to help your class go smoother. So we've talked a little bit from time to time about classes that we lose control of, right? Or the classes that you have a heckler, or the classes that it's not even so much a serious heckler, but you just have a difficult person or a difficult personality, challenging personality, whatever. I truly believe when you do your open right, you will minimize some of these issues that you could have. Doesn't mean they always go away. You will have them. You will have that class that is overwhelming. But if you take care of the open right, you really set yourself up for better successes and even overcoming obstacles that you might bump into. Because when you've said we'll sit right over there, you set that up so that when you get to the end and you say, okay, we're done, and I'm going to be right over there, who needs to go first? They're kind of prepared for that, right? Well, they are prepared for that. And now you've just kind of secured it by saying, okay, now we're going to do this. When you talk about what you're going to do, today we're going to learn the importance of skincare, and we're going to try skincare. And how many of you agree it's always nice to try before you buy? You said all these things, and then you say, and we're going to do a splash of color. That really sets it up that when you get to the color, you don't have people saying, well, do I get to try this? And can I try this? And have you ever had the class where somebody wants to try what they want to try and they're blurting it out? Because you have bold and courageous personalities in the room. Okay, you're going to have those. And this kind of sets that up. We're going to try a splash of color. So you've warned them, you've prepared them. So when you're asking them to say, to tell you something about themselves, remember what was the purpose of that?
So that you can find out their personality.
Yes, you're getting a little tiny glimpse into their personality so that when you are talking with them one-on-one, and plus you kind of paid attention through the night, when you're talking with them one-on-one, you can zero in a little bit more specific with that person on how you're going to talk with them about the opportunity. Because who here is of the S or the C personality? Okay. So that personality is not necessarily going to be with me when who's the I? When the I is just carrying on about the stage, the gowns, the diamonds, the 10,000 people in the audience that you're waving to, that S or C is not going to get twittered about that. Nope. Right? So it helps you to know when you're going to, if you're the I, when you're going to tone it down for the S or the C, or talk more about the money and the security for that D personality, or even the S personality, right? You see what I'm saying? Okay. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to try to start here. Sometimes, you know, when you don't really have the real thing. But, okay, you guys are my class, all right? So you've all done sat in hands before we got started. Okay, that's what we did. Okay, so we're getting started. So welcome, everybody. My name is Shari. I'm so glad to have you. I know we've met, but I'm so excited, and I'm so excited that Debbie has decided to be a hostess for me today. And she is our hostess for with the mostest, and opening up her home and inviting all of you. And I want to take a few minutes and find out a little bit about you. And so I want to go around the table, and I want to have you give me your name and tell me something about yourself. Okay? All right. I'm going to start with you.
I'm Brianna. I was trying to think what I did before Mary Kay. I own a bakery.
Okay. Oh, Brianna, you own a bakery. Tell me, where's your bakery? Okay. All right. So, fun pastries, yummy pastries?
More cakes and cupcakes and stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Well, I'm so glad you're here. All right.
Hi, I'm Candace. I'm going to school to be an engineer.
All right, Candace. Oh my goodness. I have so many friends in Mary Kay that are engineers.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It's really fascinating to me how they go from engineer to being a Mary Kay consultant, but they do. So I'm so excited to have you here. Okay.
My name is Ricky, and I'm going to school to be
Accountant. Okay, Ricky, that was my life before Mary Kay. Accounting. My husband and I had a CPA firm for like 20 years. So what kind of accounting? Private or public?
business.
Business accounting. So do you want to work in a CPA firm, or do you want to work for another company doing accounting? What do you want to do with that accounting degree? I'm just curious. Mergers. Okay, fascinating. All right, very good. Well, thanks for coming tonight. Hey.
Hi, I'm TK. I used to work for IBM as a customer engineer.
Okay, great. And IBM, you know what I thought of when you said IBM is the #1 person in all of Mary Kay got her degree from Harvard and went to work for IBM and became a Mary Kay beauty consultant, and now she's #1 in the company. So anyway, yeah, you never know where IBM might take you. Okay, thanks for coming.
Hello, I'm Jen, and I'm soon to be my third grandbaby.
Wow. That's exciting. You're third. So how about your other two? Boys, girls?
Two boys,
How old are they?
2 and 8 months.
Okay. Very fun ages.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations and thanks for being here.
My name is Cindy Gandra. I work at the Public Chemical People. My oldest granddaughter will be graduating next month. We're pretty excited about that. We're going to have a luau.
Excited about that.
Okay. That will be very fun. An exciting time. Great. Thanks for being here.
I'm Roberta Stephen. I work with the Supers, and my son's birthday's tomorrow. He's turning.
Oh, you don't even look like you could have an 18-year-old son.
That's very nice.
Goodness. Well,
has an 18-year-old grandkid.
oh, really? Wow.
My kids are over 30.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Yeah.
And she's
Well-
gonna get younger looking.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking forward to, huh?
Well, whatever you're doing is right, but we can show you some things to keep it even better.
Oh, that's good.
So we're gonna have fun time, but congratulations. Okay.
Hi, I'm Ave. I work in sport credit in wholesale department. I'm looking to retire, hopefully in 4 years. And I have number 13 on the way. with grandchildren.
Wow. Grandchildren, they're so priceless. So Ford Credit, goodness, how long have you been with them?
15 years.
Okay, good for you. Good for you. So that's been an interesting job for you, I'm sure.
Yes.
Watching the industry go up and down.
Yes.
So, okay, great. Thanks for being here, Ave. All right.
My name is Pam. I work for a construction company and I work full-time jobs and part-time jobs.
Okay, you're a busy woman, a full-time and 2 part-times. What are your 2 part-time jobs?
Cleaning.
Cleaning. What's the full-time job?
I'm working for a construction company as administrative assistant for the HR department.
Okay, big construction company? All right. What's your favorite thing about that job? The people. Okay. What keeps you at that job?
The money.
The money, honey. Okay. All right. That's great. Well, thanks for coming and taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. Okay.
I am Dana, and I specialize in vehicles.
Oh, you do? Now, all the different people I've met in different professions, not that one. You test drive vehicles for who?
For different manufacturers, Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, whichever manufacturer wants to put their vehicles.
And that's here in Colorado Springs? That
It's
company?
actually, I go to Fountain. There's been one established in Denver, but the newer establishments in Fountain.
So there's one in Denver and Fountain. I have
But it's
no,
originally comes out of Michigan,
yes.
and they just have different people everywhere, excuse me, all over the United States, but it's in Denver here, and then
That is fascinating. But the vehicles come from Michigan. How do they get them here?
just drive them here.
Do they drive them here or do they ship them here on the big old flatbeds?
It has to be tested, so everyone's getting their hands and telling the manufacturers what they like or dislike, and then you get them to tell the same thing. So when you see those commercials, yeah, you can go through the snow or the rain, because I did it.
That's awesome.
How interesting. Goodness. All right. Well, thanks. Thanks for
For test
being
driving.
here. Yes. I can have fun talking with you.
I know.
Just asking all kinds of questions because they're swirling in my head. All right, great. All right. Debbie, I know you know everybody, but you're going to tell us something maybe somebody doesn't know.
I'm gonna be a grandma for the first time.
Yay!
And, whoa, my guilty pleasure, what is my guilty pleasure? All right, on it, plants. Oh my goodness.
Plants?
I just moved here 3 years ago. I couldn't bring any of my plants with me. So my girlfriend is babysitting them in California. And somehow I got involved in plant Facebook pages.
Oh.
So I spent all day yesterday repotting plants before I went to a barbecue.
Oh my God.
And I have a palm tree in my car, even if we speak.
Oh.
It was on sale. I got 30% off.
I learned something about you.
Wow. All right. Well, that's
Wow.
fun. That's something fun to know. Thanks for sharing. And thanks for being our hostess. Okay, your turn.
My name is Tatiana Lemon, and I help my dad repair windshield.
Okay. Is it his own business?
Yes.
Okay. Do you go to, do you do it at your like shop or something, or do you go out and do it?
Well, right now we're sitting in the King Soopers parking lot in Monument, but we are tomorrow having our grand opening at the South Sam's Club at the car wash they're opening up.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
So how long have you guys been doing this?
Yeah, you need to bring the car.
Yeah.
We're all like, we need help.
Last year, I'd say.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Yeah, about a year.
Okay.
Cool.
Great. Okay. Good. Well, thank you everybody for being here. As I told you, my name is Shari. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me before we get started. And I've been in business as a Mary Kay consultant, now a sales director, for 25 years. I love what I do. I do this full time. I started out doing it full time. When I started my business 25 years ago, I started it because I needed something to make money for a situation that my husband and I were in, that we had a horrendous amount of debt. We had just lost our business and our firm and our home and all of our assets. We were in a position of starting over and rebuilding. And I don't know if you realize that pretty much everybody goes through a point in their life of having to start over, it seems like. Well, we were at that place. And when I needed to make a lot of money because we chose not to take bankruptcy, I heard about Mary Kay. So I came into Mary Kay for the opportunity, the unlimited financial opportunity, but the benefits of the unlimited financial opportunity, but the something more for me once I got started with my business was the sweetness of being able to touch lives and change lives with the product and the opportunity. So I love what I do. I love the friendships that I make. I love touching and changing lives. And today I love that I get to show you about the product, because I do believe the product changes lives as well as the opportunity. And so I want you to listen to me today and watch what I do, because Mary Kay tells us it's a brand new beauty consultant at every single skincare class. And which one of you will it be? All right. Gosh, you're already thinking about it. Well, I just want you to know that even if you don't believe it's for you, or if you squirmed in your chair a little bit when I said that and I made you uncomfortable, it is okay, because I recognize it's not for everybody, but we like to tell everybody about it. And so watch what I do, listen to what I do, and at the end, when we are talking together one-on-one, if you think that you can see yourself doing something like this, then let me know, because then I'd love to share with you more information. And if you think that it's not for you, as you're listening to me today, just think about who you might know, because you might know somebody who would be good at doing what I do. And if you, and I reward for referral. So everybody likes free, right? Okay. So that's a little bit about myself. One of the things I learned since I've been in this business is I'm very much prize oriented, and I love recognition. I would not have thought that about myself, but I am. So I love the prizes. So throughout our class, you might hear me drop some things and information, or little tidbits or snippets of information about our company and about our opportunity. And one of the things I like to share is that I do like prizes. So all the rings I'm wearing, except for my wedding ring, are prizes from Mary Kay. They're real diamonds because I like them. And if you think that you don't like big bling, don't worry, it's only because you haven't been wearing it and you didn't. So it's really kind of fun to get it, because I thought I was that way as well. And I love driving for free. So the car that's outside is what I heard from the company. It's a car that I get to drive where they pay for everything but the gas. And I'm excited about that, and I can always share with people how you can earn the car as well. So today we are going to try skincare, learn the importance of skincare, and then try it. Because don't you agree? How many of you agree it's always nice to try before you buy? Okay. And you all had your satin hands pampering experience before we got started, right? Now, are you loving the way your hands are feeling? Oh my goodness, they are so soft. And wouldn't you want to wake up every morning with your face feeling just as soft and awesome as your hands? Right? Okay. Well, that's what I believe you're going to feel when we get done here tonight, is how soft your face feels. Okay? So I want to tell you a little bit about our products and what we're going to do before we get started with putting product on our face. Okay? So first of all, I like to talk about our company and our products. We are rewind. Okay, so I like to talk about our products that they have been tested for sensitive skin. And by the way, we do not test on animals. And our products are non-comedogenic, meaning that they will not clog your pores. And our company is spending millions and millions of dollars every year testing our products to always redevelop, make them better. And I love that in the 25 years that I've been in Mary Kay, I've had many women that I've met that couldn't use Mary Kay, but have been able to come back to using Mary Kay because of the testing that we're always doing, the redeveloping we're always doing, the new and improved that we always have. And so I love that we have more and more women who are enjoying this product, getting benefits from this product, who couldn't even before. So it's nice to try before you buy, right? Yes. And we have 100% satisfaction guarantee. So when you try something and it doesn't work for you, we're going to switch it out for what does, or ultimately give you your money back if that's what we need to do. Okay? So I really appreciate that about our company. Now, since I said it's nice to try before you buy, today that's what we're going to do. And I want to, I've had you all fill out a profile card that tells me about your skin, but I just want to quickly go around and kind of find out from you. Tell me if you have dry or oily skin. And we'll just go with like 4 of you. Who wants to tell me?
Right.
Okay? No, that's okay.
Only on the forehead and normal on the breast.
Okay, and you said like, okay. Okay, the nice thing about Mary Kay is also that we have formulas to fit your skin type. So I told you, we're going to talk about the importance of skincare, and then we're going to try it, okay? So we are, I feel like I'm forgetting something, you guys.
It'll come back.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Whatever, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Nobody knows
Okay.
but you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm supposed to be just acting like, you know. Okay, so what I've done here today is I've got right here in front of me our product that we're going to try today, which is our TimeWise 3D. Now, TimeWise is a patented and exclusive complex to Mary Kay. I love talking about TimeWise. First of all, our 4-in-1 cleanser, there isn't anybody else out there who has a 4-in-1, 3 steps in one, plus the added anti-aging benefit in here, like Mary Kay. So we're going to get to try the this patented and exclusive complex. And anything in our product line that says TimeWise, I tell you, if it says TimeWise on it, you want it because it's part of this patented and exclusive complex that they just developed for specifically for that product. That's maybe for the eyes or maybe for the extra wrinkles that we're dealing with or whatever it is. But if it says TimeWise on it, you're using an exclusive patented product, okay? All right, so we're going to be trying before we buy. We're going to talk about the 5 most important steps for younger, healthy, more beautiful skin. The first most important step for younger, healthy, more beautiful skin is to cleanse every morning and every night. And every night that we go to bed without cleansing, we age our face 7 hours faster. And the second most important step for younger, healthy, more beautiful skin is the exfoliating step. Our skin has dead skin on the surface of our skin. Our skin is renewing itself every few days, but it takes about 45 days for that old dead skin to slough off completely on its own. So we need to use an exfoliating step to slough it off and to rebuild the new skin. And we're going to learn more about that when we get to that step. And the third most important step for younger, healthy, more beautiful skin is the freshening step, or sometimes it's called the astringent or the toner. How many of you use an astringent or a toner in your skincare regimen? Okay. All right. So that's the third most important step for younger, healthy, more beautiful skin. And the purpose of that step, that toner, that astringent, is it's the final cleansing step that we're using, and it's going to help to put our skin back to its natural pH balance for the day, which helps to fight off bacteria through the day, okay? Now, the fourth most important step for younger, healthy, more beautiful skin is the moisturizing step or the hydrating step. Now, some of you said you had oily skin, and I have oily skin, and it's really easy when we have oily skin to come out of the shower with oily skin and feel like I don't need any moisturizer. But the thing is, it's the difference between oil and hydration. And everybody's face needs a drink of water. That water is important for the elasticity and tone of our skin through the life of our skin. So we'll talk about that more too as we get to each step. So the hydrating step is the fourth most important step for younger, healthy, more beautiful skin. And the fifth most important step for younger, healthy, more beautiful skin is the protector or the foundation. How many of you are using a foundation? Okay, great. I know it's not something every woman likes to use. And for a lot of different reasons. What are some of the reasons that you don't use a foundation? Anybody tell me something? Heavy, okay.
I like my natural skin.
Okay, all right.
Mine comes right off, it's so oily.
Oh, okay,
Yes, you know.
great. Well, that's what's so nice about Mary Kay Skincare is we have the formula to fit your skin type. So we're going to love getting your opinion, Candace. Okay. That's good. You and I are a lot alike there. I want to get my opinion. How many of you are into getting your opinion? All right. Well, that's what I love here today. Okay, so that's the part I forgot. Anyway.
Reminding you.
Yeah. Okay. So where was I at here? We were talking about. Oh, okay. Yeah. So oil and hydration, big difference. We're going to talk about that when we get to that step. Now I'm going to just rewind here a little bit and go back to the other thing I was going to talk about. So what we're going to do today is we're going to try the skincare, and when we get done, with this skincare, we're going to do a splash of color, because at your follow-up facial, that's when you get to try a little bit more advanced color look. Now, how many of you like free? Okay, now we're talking. So I love to play a game where you can go home with the travel size set of satin hands for free. How many of you would love that? Get excited about that. Okay. Well, we have the satin hands sitting right in front of Debbie. And she, because of course she's our hostess, okay? So here's the way the game is going to work. You're going to listen to my words today. And every time you hear me say the words, check up facial, second facial, follow facial, you're going to raise your hand and you're going to say pass the satin. And the first one that says it gets it placed in front of them. And whoever ends up with it by the end of the night gets to go home with it. Now, even if it's in front of you, you've got to raise your hand to keep it, okay? Now, are you getting excited about free?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's a little tweak to the rules because I find that sometimes I get amongst a group of women who are very ultra, very competitive.
No.
And I don't know if that would be any of you, but I'm going to tell you the tweak. What I usually do, because sometimes they are so excited and so anxious to go home with that for free, that they just reach it and grab it and say, it's mine. So I'm just here to tell you, it's really the first one that makes a body movement, a grunt, a groan, a noise, and a jump. If you can't remember those words, pass the satin. It's just the first body movement or noise, okay? All right. So the reason we play a game around this is because Mary Kay says we're entitled to 2 appointments. And that second appointment is to specifically make sure that the products are working well for you, that you're getting the optimum results. I can see that the skincare is working well for you, and I get to hear from you how it's working for you. And we get to tweak it and make the adjustments that we need to make. And at that time, we get to try a specific color look just for you. And that's your second appointment. So every time you hear those words, second appointment, check up facial, follow up facial. You're gonna raise your hand and say, that's a satin, or whatever it is that you want to do. Just keep it decent. Okay? All right. And then when we get done, I'm going to be sitting right over there. I have a little area set up. I'll meet with each one of you individually when we get done. And I'll answer any questions you have and help you with anything that you decide you want to purchase. Now, I do want to tell you that I want everybody to know that you are not obligated. You're just obligated to have a good time. That's all I ask. Let's have some fun. But should you decide that you want anything, that's what I'm going to be sitting over there for, is to help you with that, or questions, and to schedule that follow-up facial. Yeah. All right. So that's what we'll do when we get done. And if you do decide that you want something, I do have the products to send home with you, or to deliver to you immediately. Okay. All right. So then I would probably go into the 5 most important steps. Okay. And we've already done that part. Okay. And so I finished talking about the hydration and, or not the hydration, but the protector. So we believe, so our protector is designed to protect your skin from the daily elements out there that can be damaging to your skin. It's also, of course, designed to be that nice, even coloring to your skin to give you a nice glow, but also to be a protector from daily elements damaging. Pollution, smoke, incidental smoke, stress even. Stress is an element, a daily element that we deal with that can be damaging to your skin. So I'm going to describe to you when we get to the foundation step a little bit more of a description and an analysis of why foundation is so important and key in your entire regimen. And just remind me when I get done, I'll tell you what that analogy is, okay? All right, so talked a little bit about the products. I've given to you how our company goes through testing. We go through an incredible, amazing testing, which really supports the integrity of our company and the products that we sell before they go to market. I am so proud of that. And you can feel good about that when you're using our Mary Kay products, our skincare and our skincare supplements. And so today, as we get ready to start putting the product on our face, we're going to be trying skincare, the basic regimen for younger, healthier looking skin, which is right here. Our 3-in-1 cleanser, our day cream or the night cream, and the eye cream. But because this is your pampering time and our hostess invited you here for pampering, we are going to try a few more things. I am going to pamper you with a few more products, and they are our advanced skincare supplements. We're going to slather some other fun products on your face. You're going to give me your opinion. I'm going to talk to you about them and the importance of them. So we're going to do a little bit more than that basic regimen. We're going to slather a few more things on your skin, and you're going to love it when we get done here. Okay? So you excited to get started?
Yes.
All right. So y'all have a headband or some hair clips on your mirror, and you can use those to get it out of your the hair out of your face. You're going to want to, because I didn't mention to you that we will be trying the charcoal mask today. And I'm going to talk to you about the importance of masks and the different kinds of masks, and the charcoal mask of ours you're going to love, because I am sure y'all know about those charcoal masks, right? And how many of you do a lot of YouTube watching when it comes to makeup, glamour, skincare, and stuff? Then you probably read, watched, heard about those painful masks, right? And I'm here to prepare you. Don't even worry, because you're going to love ours. It is not painful. It is so soothing and so relaxing. I can't wait to hear what you think of it. Okay? So we're going to get started with our first step of our basic regimen for younger, healthier looking skin. And that is our cleanser, our 4-in-1 cleanser. And the 4-in-1 cleanser, I'm going to tell you about the 3 steps of that. The 3 steps are in that. And as you smooth it on your face, I'm going to pass it around to you each to take it and squirt it on your tray. You're going to use a formula that fits you. And then I talk about the pink stripe and the purple stripe. I explain that to them. So pass it around and squirt on your tray what matches your skin type. And we'll talk about what you chose when we are over there in our one-on-one consultation, okay? And while you're smoothing that on your face, and I'll be getting you a facial cloth, and I want to talk to you about what you're putting on your skin. So as you notice, as you're smoothing it on your face, you'll notice that you feel the little beads in there, right, everybody? Okay, 1 bead is the exfoliating bead, and 1 bead is the freshening bead. So the freshening bead bursts as you smooth it on your face, so it's giving you that astringent step. And the masking bead is a gentle enough bead to use, masking bead, exfoliating step to use morning and night. And that's helping to get rid of the dead skin on the surface of your skin. And then, of course, the cream part or the gel part is what's giving you the cleansing step for the surface impurities of your skin. As you're smoothing it on your face, and always, you don't have to here tonight, but when we're at home, when you're at home, you want to do this, and that is to include your throat. Because ladies don't realize sometimes that they don't realize that our throat ages 7 times faster than our facial skin. Now, if you want to do it tonight, you can, but otherwise, I just want you to know, be sure to do that part at home. And y'all know that this is your throat. Okay? This is your throat, not a neck. Because chickens have necks and ladies have throats. Okay? So, all right. Now, are you loving your cleanser and blah, blah, blah. And then the rest is the body of the class. So that is my open. Okay? So did anybody happen to notice how long I took?
Good job.
Yeah.
You say if you want to have what?
About how long it took me to do that? Okay, yeah. It's a little bit of time before you finally get started putting product on your skin. Yes.
Do you ever get a question about if they've gone ahead and not allowed the exfoliating beads because they're plastic, they end up in the water supply in the ocean? I mean, are ours?
Ours are biodegradable and ours are approved. We used to have a previous formula of the satin hands, but they changed about 3 years before that law actually passed.
Okay,
In
so that's how you
anticipation.
answer them. Okay. That's what I wondered if you'd ever had that
Previously it was an issue. So
I know that question's gonna come up in one of my classes now. Everything you
Now
see
you
now,
know.
I don't, the heckler, I wound up in my next class. She was there. I was like, thank you, Shari. I prepared me for you.
Yep. Well, you know what? That's what we're doing. We've been there, done that. Yeah. Sometimes we haven't been there, done that. But hopefully all the experience we have and the wisdom that we have to pass on to you helps and prepares you for when you run into it, because you will. And honestly, you want to. You want to praise God every time you have the most difficult team member. You want to praise God every time you have the most difficult class, because there's something He's teaching you in that. What do you think He was teaching you in that class?
Oh, no pressure. Not even learning. I mean, just to always learn and to love people where they are.
Yeah, right. And we, and I say we because I can teach you this, but I'm just as bad as all of us, that we can make our judgments. We don't like to think we judge, but we all do in situations we don't even realize. We make a conclusion in our head, okay? But that is that we can see something or experience something from somebody or hear something and make a call on, oh, they're difficult, okay? Like I got a granddaughter who is on Facebook always posting selfies, always using the worst language. And the things that she says, I'm like, oh, come on, really. She is so beautiful, you guys. She's so beautiful. And she's got a great wit, fun personality. And this is the way she projects it. Okay? So what my husband says is, you know, she acts like a trash mouth or whatever, right? I mean, it's those things you might think when you see the selfies all the time. And I mean, she's always posing for herself on this stuff, okay? What I see is something different. Now, with what I told you, what do you think? Well, she's in her early 20s. Yeah.
No, she's a little self-absorbed.
Okay. And that's what my husband would say, is that it has said she's
She
self-absorbed.
wants attention.
Yeah, she wants attention. Well, so with that, what I say is, Bill, she is very much what's the word? I just lost it. She's not confident. She has a lack of confidence. Insecure, that's the word I wanted. She's very insecure. And she's lacking in confidence. And so me, what I want to do is approach it differently with her. Because that's what I see. And so really, when you have the heckler, we talked about this, it's the same type of thing. Do they need attention? Yeah. Because they're lacking confidence. They're insecure. Something has gone on, and we don't know what it is, that has them wanting it that way. I see a very insecure person in that young lady. And so I always want to build her up in her beauty, in her wit, and those things that I do see that I want to see shining through so much more on Facebook, right? Because she's not letting it. She's letting everybody else see this, you know.
And you know the real person.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know, sadly, I don't even know her that well because we're not in contact with them that much, but we are a little bit, but that's what I see. But do you see how one thing we all make a judgment on or a conclusion on, and a lot of times we don't even really know. And what do we often hear in Mary Kay? That we're all wearing something around, Mary Kay says we're all wearing a sign that says make me feel important, okay? But we also often hear about, and I've even heard it said around here, but basically we can see somebody and we don't even begin to know what's going on in their life, how much they're really hurting or struggling. Pastor talks about that. You probably hear this in church too, but talks about that all the time. You know, we're sitting there at church, worshiping, smiles, you know, joyful with each other, but we don't even really begin to know the number of people surrounding us that are hurting so deeply, right? And so when you see that difficult personality, that difficult team member, that difficult unit member, it's thank you, Lord. What is it that you want me to learn from this? What can I learn from this? What can I take? And yes, and then what can I be and do for that person? How can I love that person more? Even through them being a pill. Because they are sometimes. You are dealing with people sometimes who are a pill. In the skincare class or on your team or in your unit. Anyway, okay, so that was a little bit sidebar stuff there. Okay, so I want to back up to, well, maybe I already did this. The very beginning, how I set it up for how things are going to work. So actually, let's just go to what did you write down? What did you take away? What questions did you have? What did you wonder about?
When you said you pass around the product,
Yes.
so you don't set up their
No.
Wow. Okay.
And there were so many people here that you all couldn't see this maybe that night that I did a live class here, but that's what we did. Yeah. We pass it around. You know, there's a saying, possession is 9/10 of the law. But when they're holding that product and squeezing it into their tray, they get to feel it. There's some ownership going on there. It makes a difference. So they know how this is going to work. And please, Jen, what am I going to say next?
Don't be cheap. Let them do it.
I was going to say cheap. Yeah. Please be willing to just let it go. Let them squirt. but you are going to direct them. Remember I said everything that you're doing on the front end is directing how you want your party to go. And so even in the body, you're going to direct them by saying, okay, I'm going to pass around the cleanser. You're each going to squirt an amount about the size of a pea on your tray. That's what you tell them, about the size of a pea. And it's so fun. These are little things you can pick up. The personalities that are, oh, the size of a pea. And they're talking it out loud. They're not necessarily saying, what's the size of a pea? But you can tell because they're saying, oh, the size of a pea. They're thinking, what's the size of a pea? Right? I mean, you can just tell it.
Could you just do it? I was like, okay.
Somebody said that?
Yes. I'm like,
I've never had that.
okay, now.
And so did you do it for everybody or just her? So was she sitting like right next to you? Okay. And was she older, younger? Older? Okay. So like older enough that she really couldn't see?
No, like 60-ish.
Okay. So tell me her first name.
Joyce.
Joyce. This is what I would have done. Oh, Joyce. Just score something out and try out. I don't care how much you get. You can have a double fee. I don't care. Now, you know what I would have done that? You know what I would have done that? I wouldn't want to start something. Yeah. Okay. It's kind of being ready. Thank you, because I'm going to be ready now. Okay. But it's being ready, prepared, ready to pivot, whatever. It is fine what you did, but I'm just giving you guys another example. That's what I would have done. You know why? Because I want to stay seated. I don't want to get up with that. Why do you think I'm passing it around? Yeah, I can give you a good reason why, but really, I get tired of walking around. And then one day I did learn, just put all the trays in front of you and do it. And then, right? I mean, it took me a while. But even at that, there's good reason. It really does make a difference. They should touch it. Okay. And it's okay to say, oh, Joyce, have some fun with it. Okay. Okay, what else did you notice or pick up on? Or have a question on?
I like that you said our time-wise patented an exclusive formula, because exclusive, everybody wants what's exclusive.
Yeah. Yeah. So the event that Candace is doing for me this week at my house, it says it's exclusive, private product showing. And when I type a little message, I say this is exclusive, and I'm only inviting 10. They don't need to know that I invited 40 to get my 10. but I say exclusive. I'm only inviting 10 because I don't want more. I guess I would want more one to show up. But I want to keep it at that.
Make it special.
Yeah, and so, but one person wrote me today and said, okay, I'll be there, and can I bring Cheryl? Like, okay, only 10 people. That is interesting. But of course she can bring Cheryl. But that's okay, you get those personalities. Like, can you just squirt mine? Because you probably squirted the rest, didn't you? Oh, I mean the rest of hers. Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. So then when I get to things like the eye cream, I'll squirt it on my hand. I'll just put a little drop on my hand. So you're going to put about that much in your tray. I do a lot of that, okay? Or I'll take the little spatula and I'll say you're going to take about this much of satin in a jar and put it on your tray. So that's the other thing is I would say you're going to scoop it out and you're going to put it on your tray and then scoop it up. I say that every time. And then if I see somebody that goes to squirt it on their hand, I'll say, you're going to squirt it on your tray and then scoop it up. And then sometimes I have to say, we want to keep the contamination issue clean here, or something, whatever. So, but usually that's part of what makes it happen the way you want it to happen. So I'll take a dull soothing eye gel. Okay, can you see this? You're going to take about this much. You're going to put it on your tray and then scoop it up and have it on your eye. Okay. And they're like, the hydrating cream, I would put it on my spatula. I usually just put it on my spatula and not touching my hand. But if there were other things I could drop on my hand, I do. Like it used to be the day-night solution, right? I would do that. And then I would rub it on my hand, right? This is what I would do. Okay? And I'm telling you guys, I have all these age spots here, but not here. It's because of that, I swear it is. So if you got aging going on in your hands, you need to do more parties. That's what it means. And do it like I do. Squirt it there to show them and then, okay.
I love how you said slather things on your face.
Slather. And you notice I said it,
You
I
said
didn't
it
just say
multiple
slather, I
times.
just said, I mean, I did it a little bit different.
It looks nice.
Yes.
Yes, luxuriously
Yes.
slathered.
Slather.
I never knew
Yes.
they slathered things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, I got that from my director because those have been in a while. Before we had the hydrated creams, we used to have something called Advanced Moisture Renewal Treatment Cream. And Nighttime Recovery System. I sold that like satin in the jar because it looked so pretty in the jar. Remember that?
Yeah.
Gold lid, and it looked swirled in the jar. Didn't it? Oh my word. That's how I sold that. That was even back then, that was $25 for a jar. But anyway, Gloria would slather her body in those two creams. And when she got out of Mary Kay, she actually got out when she was like in her 70s after her husband died. She like stocked up cases of that stuff because she slathered it on her body. Anyway, what else did you notice? Pick up on, questions on. 'Cause I have a couple things I'll tell you about too.
You didn't, well, I was wondering, do you normally mention second appointment, follow-up appointments, things like that a little bit more during the opening?
Oh yeah, the opening, that was probably about what I do in the opening, but in the body,
In the body, you do it
Yeah.
a lot.
yeah.
Okay,
And there
I
are
wasn't
times that I
sure about
forget.
the
There are
opening.
times I forget and I think, oh, I haven't even said that yet. And then when I do think of it, then I'll whip it out in a
Lots
silly
of
way,
times.
like 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
And then I kind of get myself going again. So see, I do that to get me going again. They get a little silly after they figure it out. Oh, you're trying to tell us this or whatever. You know, it all can be fun. But I told them we're doing this to help us remember that when we're sitting over there, we're going to schedule that. And it's to help them and to help me. And I say that because we both need to remember this because Mary Kay said we're entitled to 2 appointments. And did you notice the 2 times that I said Mary Kay said? Because it takes it away from you feeling uncomfortable about asking them. Okay? Mary Kay says.
And the other thing you said, which was the thing I was going to bring up next, is talking about the opportunity. Mary Kay said that she wanted us to share the opportunity, and
Yes.
and you said so. We like it may not be for everybody, but we like to tell everybody about
Yes.
it.
And you know what I did not do? So when I backed up, or when I was telling you a little bit about my story, I often, not always, because every one of my opens can be a little different, but I will usually talk about, you know what? I joined Mary Kay 25 years ago, and before I tell you why I joined, I want to tell you a little bit about the company. Our company is 50-some, whatever. I usually say 50-some now, because I can't remember now. 50-some years old. She started in 1963, and she started it on $5,000 in a dream. And her dream was to have an arena for women to be winners in, and to succeed, and to provide for their family, and be part of earning money without having to compromise the values of God, family, and career. And that's what she has done with this opportunity. And that's what I love about this opportunity, because when I started it 25 years ago, we came out of a blah, 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 and I was a brand new Christian. And I loved that this was a Christian-based organization, and Mary Kay was a Christian herself. And I could freely express it, talk about it, and be open about my faith and how my faith is what is bringing me and taking me on this journey.
I like you use the word career instead of Mary Kay. I think that says a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, like they talked about the testing of our products, like I have it written down too. Like
Yeah.
it just puts a lot more validity to everything.
Right. And I think I've said here before, the one thing I don't talk well enough about that most of y'all do is the green part. I always mention the testing animals. That's so brief, but it's just to say it. That's kind of all you have to do about that.
Yeah.
But even just the green part, so many people want to know that, and I need to be better about that. But it's not my, I some of you might just not like me for this. It's just not my thing.
Not mine.
So
Yeah.
I don't think about it.
So how do you
If-
present them? How do
So
you
it's not my
present-
thing?
No, no.
Yeah,
That's easy.
I just-
don't say that.
I just say, when I do remember, I just say, and I'm really proud of the fact that our company is green. We have no, you know what? That's why I was talking about, because I didn't even know how to talk about it.
Yeah.
That's because I'm uneducated. My husband, okay, you guys, don't be mad. But my husband had our assistant order us today a bin for recycling plastic. Okay, I've never had that. Okay, I'm not. And I just turned around, looked at him, and I said, "If you're gonna get a recycling bin, you're gonna force me to do this." Just like that.
Oh, my husband is an extreme.
Oh my.
No, we wash everything before we put it in. We wash it.
You have to?
Yes.
Dry.
It's
Dry.
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't scared to wash it, but that's dry. We all have our
Baby
ways.
steps.
Baby steps. I don't think he knows that part. I'm gonna tell him tonight.
I didn't know this until I married my husband. I thought, because I grew up in a family where we recycle, we just throw stuff in there, but, oh no. Apparently they don't accept it. They'll throw it away.
Okay, don't be mad at me out there, y'all. Don't turn me off. So I'll tell you a funny story. So when we lost everything and lost our home and everything, somebody from our church, this is really, well, you heard this, because it was kind of part of my testimony too. But somebody from our church who was new to our church, they knew what it was going on in our life and why we lost everything and everything. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they invited us to live with them because we had no place to go. And it was a landlord's market. So we had no credit, so nobody's going to rent to us. They wanted $25 to just put the application in. It's like, well, I'll tell you right now, you're going to deny me.
Yeah.
So we weren't going to be able to go find anything. So we lived with these people for 9 months, and they were very awesome, amazing people to do this. They had this huge home that they just kind of made sections ours, and then they took sections there. I mean, like they gave us a whole main floor, and they had a den, and they let us do our officing in there and everything. So really nice. So we're really grateful and really gracious. But they recycled. I did not. Now this was many, many years ago. Okay, but nevertheless, I'll never forget. I just thought, okay, I'll just keep my own trash in the den. I'll take my own trash, so he doesn't have to know. What? One day, I found him digging through my trash in the den. It's his home, but it was like our space now, but he was digging through the trash, finding all my cans. I'm like, oh, give me a break. So what am I going to say? Because I'm living with them. Okay, so I just addressed it very briefly to let them know we are green.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I say, we're very green. We won lots of environmental awards or environmentally friendly awards and recycle awards. That could be it.
Okay, thank you. We won
Yeah.
awards.
We won lots of
For being
environmentally
green. There you
environmentally
go.
friendly awards.
Okay, yes, enough of that.
What kind of masks do you talk about?
I talk about all three while the mask is drying. I do slip in information about the company, but I also talk about the three. I talk about the gel mask. I let them try it on the back of their hand. The facial peel and microdermabrasion. Yeah. And I don't get into the biomask. I could. I mean, sometimes I mention it, sometimes I don't. But it kind of depends on the situation. That's just kind of something I say. But mostly because it's my phone. It's a stupid alarm that I have, but I do need it. At least I know that I only got 15 minutes left, right? If that. Okay, what was I saying? But for sure, okay, so I'm describing them what the charcoal mask is. And what was the thing I said I was going to tell you about? Foundation, so don't forget. So I'm telling them what the charcoal mask does. It does deep cleansing. So I say there's 3 kinds of masks that you're going to want to know about. Okay. Now I know that you often see with skincare advertisements or whatever, you see that mask that we all put on our face that dries and looks like a clay mask that we wash off, right? Well, those are usually an exfoliating mask. But what I want to talk about right now first is the charcoal mask, because that's what's on your face right now. It is a deep cleansing mask. It's not an exfoliating mask, it's a deep cleansing mask, and it's working 3 layers deep. So our cleanser that we tried today is taking care of the surface impurities. And to use a deep cleansing mask a couple times a week is important to work 3 layers deep to get all of that junk and gunk out from deep down in your skin, in the pores. So charcoal acts like an active magnet, going in, sucking out all that junk. And you can even see it probably if you're looking at your pores in the mirror as it's drying, right? You know, you have some fun with that, okay? So that's a deep cleansing mask. And then I talk a little bit about what, you know, a couple things that's in the mask: the navy bean, the honeysuckle, the mint, because it's a fresh smell. And I talk about that, I build that up. And don't you just love it? It just feels so refreshing. And I can tell you right now, I have so many people who say, oh, I will never take 20 minutes to do this at home. But once they get on their face, they love how relaxing they feel with just the scent. And they're like, yeah, I'm all about this. I'll do it. Right, ladies? And they're all saying, yeah, they're agreeing with you. This is all part of, these are the things that you do to bring them along with you. Because if they are that person that's like, nah, we never do this. You talk about, oh yeah, people say this, and then they just try it. I mean, you suggest it. It's suggestive selling. You're buying popcorn, what are they going to say? And would you like a soda with that? Okay? So you want to do the same thing. It's the power of suggestion. There's really something to that. If you don't want them to have a problem with something, then talk about it up front and why they won't have a problem with it. That's why I almost always will talk about the scent that they have in TimeWise 3D. I say our products, for the most part, most of them are fragrance free. And you're going to notice a very subtle, fresh, clean scent to your cleanser and your day and your night cream. But those are the natural botanicals that are in this product. And it dissipates quickly. It's not a man-made fragrance. It's not a synthetic. So it dissipates quickly. It's all the natural ingredients. It's like it puts it to bed if anybody's going to think about it. And when I send the, I mean, I've had some situations of existing customers where I didn't get to be in front of them to try this. So when I send it to them, I address that. I type them a message and say, I want you to know when you try this, you're going to notice this. But blah, blah, blah. I say all that stuff. And they go, oh, okay, good to know. You guys, if I just send it to, like, one person I did just send it to, and she wrote me back and she goes, oh no, can't use this, there's a scent. And I couldn't say anything. Change your mind, change your thinking. I totally believe, guys, had I addressed it up front, I probably could have dealt with it.
Yeah, same again.
What did I say?
Well,
Well, okay, you're going to notice you're going to notice a subtle scent or aroma. Sometimes I use the word aroma. And the aroma that you're noticing is a natural scent. It's a natural botanicals. It is not a man-made scent. It's not a synthetic. So it's just a natural aroma that you're noticing, and it's fresh and it's clean and it dissipates quickly. It dissipates quickly.
And it'll be on the recording too, everybody.
Yes, yes. So do you remember when I talked about at the end of the party and you are handing out the clothes sheet? This is my favorite part. This is where I can tell you how you can have it all. Now before we get, and they're opening up, they're looking at it. Now before we get started, everybody put your sheet down. Now close your eyes. Okay? And now you love how soft your face feels. Okay? So do you remember how I was telling you the story before when it was day-night solution? I would have them do the day solution on half face and say, okay, you know the difference. And it's okay if you don't. But if you do, tell me. So that way nobody had to squirm like, I'm not listening to anything, am I supposed to? Because that's what'll happen. I let them know that's okay, but if you do, tell me. And it would just take one person, because somebody might say, oh, okay, no, I don't notice anything. But then all of a sudden Frankie would say, oh, I do. And then she'll describe what she notices. It feels comfort. And then pretty soon Jen says, you know what? It does. That sort of thing happens. Okay?
You know that now is that in a jar, right?
Yes. Yeah. But we've done it on both sides. So I'm not doing, you notice the difference, but I'm just talking about, do you notice how soft your skin feels? And don't you love the way it feels? Now, you know what? Now that I think about it though, why didn't I think about this before? Why? Maybe I could put that in a jar and have
Well, I
it.
thought you only meant on one side, but you know, anyway.
Maybe I should. Maybe that's the thing.
Do you do that before or after day cream?
That knows
Before.
are
Yeah, you do before day cream.
after.
After?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know.
I can tell you why. My guess, anyway,
Okay.
because you want all the anti-aging on the skin first.
Yes. Oh my gosh, thank you.
Yeah, you always want them.
Because the thinner, if you will, the thinner products go on first, which is why serums go on first. And so I've always kind of wondered, but I never questioned.
I've always
Okay.
been told, yeah, the thinner products, because they can run deeper into the cells, and then once you put the thicker products on, it kind of blocks them. So, and then, I've always been told the most powerful things go first. So you want the day cream on because it has all the anti-aging powerful stuff.
And that,
But that would
See?
make sense too with the microdermabrasion. Like I use after I cleanse and do the microdermabrasion, then I'll put the pore serum on there, and then I'll put the
Day cream.
day cream.
okay, so before I forget the foundation, so when I get to the foundations, I say, okay, we have other foundation options, but today we will be trying the Cadillac of our foundation. And that is we have Matte Wear Luminous, which of course they have a purple stripe or a pink stripe because I've talked about that. And today we'll be working with the matte formula. And when we talk over there in our one-on-one, we'll talk about whether or not you're going to want the luminous or the matte formula. But this is the Cadillac of our foundations. And once I know what this color is, it is easy for me to help you with another foundation. Should you want to try the mineral powder foundation or the CC creams that we have, it's really easy. So I like to work with this one today, and we'll love getting your opinion. And I know that some of you said you don't like to wear foundation. I can tell you this about our foundation. If there are women I ever meet, and it happens, that will not use anything but our foundation, it is because they love how sheer it feels. And so I can't wait to get your opinion and see what you think. And then when I have that person who's like, nope, not trying it today, I don't like foundation, I'll say, well, you know what, Jen? Today is your lucky day because you get to humor me. Just try it and tell me what you think. I really want to know what you think, Jen. Okay?
Do you usually ask them to do the primer first, or you just?
Oh, I do primer. Yes. Yes, I do primer. Okay?
And I'm sure
So-
next month you're going to swap over to the other foundation.
Yes. Yeah. So then I said, so while you're, so before I have them do it, because usually I'm helping people with their foundation and stuff, so I really like to talk about this up front. So let me tell you a story about a little analogy that I like to share about foundation and why we consider it one of the 5 steps for younger, healthy, more beautiful skin. It's a protector. As I said, it's going to give you that nice, even coloring and glow to your skin. And I've always had good skin. I'm blessed with good skin even before I used skincare. I mean, I didn't have foundation on, and I just have not had blemish issues or whatever. So foundation was a big old deal for me to get used to start using it. So it was very difficult for me. But even I, with good skin, could notice how it was just so much more beautiful and gave a more porcelain look when you use it. But that might not be important to everybody, and I realize that. So let me tell you this little analogy that I like to think about. If you have 2 white, beautiful, fluffy facial cloths, and you get them both wet, and you put one in the baggie on the patio in the hot sun all day, and the other one just open in the hot sun all day, what are they going to be like at the end of the day? The one in the baggie is going to be what?
Moisture.
It's going to be still, it's all going to be the same, right? Untouched, if you will, because it was protected by the baggie. It's going to be white and fluffy. And the other one is going to be what? Right. And yes, and stiff, right? And might even be a little bit dingy. Not white and fluffy anymore. Yeah, and so what you've got here is that baggie is protecting everything that you've just done to your skin to take care of it for younger, healthy, more beautiful skin. And when you don't have it, you have that exposure. Your crust. And that is why we recommend and encourage foundation.
That's good.
Oh, you have it.
Oh, I haven't. No.
Okay. I was really kind of expecting that some of y'all would say, yeah, I've heard that story before.
Yeah, you didn't share that at that day, that big day, but.
Oh, I didn't, okay,
That's a good story.
That's very good.
okay,
Because
All
you
right.
can
I like
visualize,
it.
as
You
you're
visualize
talking, you
it,
can
yeah.
visualize it.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
okay. Important information. What else?
Can I just add one thing really quickly, in case you guys don't know this? She emailed me, she has little, what are they, like little cards on each of the products and what she
Information.
says.
Oh.
Yeah, like information, like that stuff she just rattled off about the cleanser. She says really cool, fancy, like big words, new things that we don't usually say about each of the products. And they're on her Facebook page. I did email them out with so she has literally for every product, like the charcoal mask and everything she talks about, she has little cards that say them. So that I would highly recommend printing those off.
Yeah.
It just helps you sound more educated.
It's what I call cheat sheet.
I email them and then I post more people on our Facebook page too. It was whenever after she came and.
It was right after one of my first meetings here.
Yeah.
So you can go back to your email and you can just, search Candace Doverspike and it'll come up with all the emails.
And I thought I sent it to everyone's here,
You
but I may have missed somebody.
Am I still on your email list?
No, I probably didn't because I just sent it to people in my youth group. So
Okay.
Brianna may have sent it to you or we can get it to you, whatever.
Who's your director?
Either way,
Brianna?
we can get it to you guys.
Oh,
The whole
okay.
point is I would highly recommend using that resource because I think it just helps you sound more professional.
I did send it to Brianna too.
Oh, yeah.
But
she
let me
did.
tell you,
And
it's
I
probably
told you.
called, it's
okay.
probably called product knowledge.
Okay.
Okay, it's the product knowledge document. And when you open it, it's a whole lot of pages of my notes that I would just type when I would talk to my go-to person at Mary Kay. Okay, but when I sent the email, I described it. I think I even posted this on your guys' page. At the very end of all of those documents, like the last 3 or 4 pages, are the pages for my what I call my cheat sheet. Okay, of certain ingredients and certain products. And it's like 3 or 4 pages because I think it's 4. And you'll kind of tell when you get to that because it'll look like a cheat sheet. And it's just like a partial page. So you're going to see this page where it's talking about charcoal mask or something. And it's only filling like about a little over half the page. And then you're going to go to the next page and there's a bunch of stuff that only fills about half the page. And it's the last 3 or 4 pages, print those pages out, cut them down so that they would fit in my tray. And I just laminate them front to back. And yes, I keep those handy so I can talk about certain ingredients and certain products. Okay, charcoal mask, it talks about the 3 eye creams. I don't talk about all the different eye creams, but I've got that information there if I want
In
to.
case someone asks or.
Yeah, whatever. And when I do my product preview, I talk about the different eye creams we have. So I like having that there. So, okay, so yes.
I've actually taken those words and taped them to my flip chart. Because stuff's gonna get out of order for me if I just leave it sitting there. So I did that way I don't forget things.
Right. Good.
You could cut them out and put each.
And you said it's
Right.
on your Facebook?
On our.
It's on yours, right?
Yeah.
Brianna, we sent it to her too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things I wanted to talk about, did you notice when I was going around and talked, when we got your guys' names, what did you pick up from that?
Connected with each person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you brought up Mary Kay.
And you didn't
Yeah.
let one, you always spoke back to that person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And by the way, they've got their profile cards and they fill them out. They have them until they introduce themselves. So I'll say, introduce yourself, tell me something about yourself, and then hand me back your profile card.
Oh, really?
And so then that's when they hand me my profile card, and then I'm keeping it in the order. And I usually don't have this many to remember, but sometimes I'm finding my little subtle ways. So look at what that person's name is or whatever, so I keep them in order. And then when I do their foundation match, then I've got them there in order and I write down their foundation color.
You don't do a wish list with them as you go along. Brianna was having us do wish lists.
Where they write down.
Yeah.
We used to do that when we did events at our studio, but I didn't do it in my own appointments and classes. But I don't know. We just found it wasn't.
If you want to do that, we need to go out a separate piece of paper.
Yeah.
Like you could just have a
Yeah.
separate piece of paper. and
But we had a sheet that said, in fact, we just did this at our product preview. You're gonna mark, I like it, I love it, I gotta have it.
So that could be good.
Like that.
Yeah. And then we could supposedly at the end, when you sit down with them one-on-one, you can take that sheet and look at all the gotta have. But I have just found for me, and I think I even hit on this a little bit, but when I sit down with them to do the one-on-one, Ava comes over, and Ave or Ava? Ave comes over and sits down with me, and as you're sitting down, I'm saying, okay, Ave, what collection are you going home with today? Well, and she's ready. I'm going home with such and such. And if she's not ready, she's going to say, well, I want to know about, do you have a catalog? No. Or they're going to, that doesn't happen very often. But I said that doesn't happen. But it's really, yeah, no. But really, in all the number of times that I do this, it is so rare when they ask me for a catalog. But what they'll say is, well, I'm thinking about getting I really like that Indulge, and I really like the charcoal mask. And then I just keep on going, you're in the zone, right? And you're gonna say, well, that sounds great. How do you like the way your face is feeling? Did you like the skincare today? And she's gonna answer that. I'm gonna say, okay, is there any reason why you wouldn't want to get started with the skincare today? Because then it's your follow-up facial, we can see how it's working for you.
In addition to what they want, the Indulge.
Well, she probably said, yeah, I'm gonna say that because I'm bringing her back to skincare. That's my way of finding out, why would you want skincare? But see, I can't say it that way, right?
Usually when I talk, especially if I'm talking to someone in a store, if I'm out, and they'll say, oh, Mary Kay's makeup. And I said, we do have makeup. I said, but our number one priority, excuse me, is our skincare. I said, I'll say, because if you don't take care of your skin, you can't enhance your beauty.
Yeah. Yeah. Lovely. Exactly.
I love what you just said, you guys. I think is one of Shari's strengths. She upsells. Do you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just taking, charcoal mask and eye gel, the power of suggestion.
Yeah.
Powerful.
And what I'm finding out from her is, tell me more. I'm finding a way for her to talk to me why she didn't start out with skincare.
How did you phrase that question?
I don't know.
I did. I wrote it down. She said, how does your skin feel? Is there any reason why you wouldn't want to start with skincare?
Yes.
That is Mary Kay-ism right there.
Yeah,
Is
it is.
there any reason
Yes.
why? Yeah.
Yes.
That is
Okay, so
And then
we're sitting together and you're talking to me. Well, Shari, could you tell me, since I have oily skin here and normal skin here, can I mix and match the products?
You absolutely can mix and match the products. Here's what I'm going to recommend to you. We're going to start you, see, I'm just assuming. We're going to start you with the purple formula for combo oily skin. And the reason I'm going to do that, Ave, is because I really believe that our products are so good, it balances out just what you need. And that's what we're going to start with. Rather than you getting into 2 formulas, let's just start with 1. Because you told me that really what you've been using up until this point is Noxzema, right?
Right.
Okay. So Noxzema is not the same as a skincare regimen.
Oh.
I didn't really say anything bad about that crap, but I said something. Okay. So let's start out with this. Let's see how your skin responds. And then we can make adjustments and tweaks accordingly. Okay? That's what I feel would be the best for you. Okay? And remember, our products are guaranteed. So whatever we adjust and tweak, I'm not going to charge you for if we have to switch something out. Okay? Really good question.
I love that she said, what we're going to do is, fine, I'm going to start you with, or whatever it is that you said.
Yes.
Power of assumption.
Yes. Yes. And what was the one I used you for example on? Before that.
The heck one.
No. Just before we went to Ave, I turned and I said, well, I think I was just talking to you about, I think I was looking at you like you were the one that was saying, I said to you, tell me, is there any reason why?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Other Mary Kay thing, we were just before that time, but is there any reason
Yeah.
why?
Okay. So you need to find out what's holding them back. Because many times, well, I already have skincare at home and I want to use it up. Okay. What am I going to do with that?
You want to tell them they should use the same product altogether, because if they use two or three different products, it can ruin your skin.
That chemical warfare.
That is good.
Chemical war, yeah.
But let's tweak that.
Sure. All right. Go.
Okay. probably what I'm going to say is, that sounds great. Tell me when that product will be gone. Because here's my question to you, Jen. Did you love the way the skincare felt today? If all things are equal, would you be willing to try our skincare regimen when your current one is not done? Absolutely great. Then let me make a note. Then if you think you're going to be done in about 2 months, I'm going to call you in about 6 weeks. I want to be sure that we have the products there for you, ready to begin using when you finish your current skincare. Okay? It is not as serious of an issue for her to mix her skincare with our supplements. It's the basic regimen that you want them to be using the same line. And what I wanted to tweak is the word ruin. Okay? Okay, all we have to say is keep it simple. Here's the thing, we really recommend that you use of your 5-step regimen for younger, healthier, more beautiful skin, that those products that are taking care of the 5 steps are the same skincare line. Because otherwise you could be creating chemical warfare on your skin.
Say that again.
Otherwise the same skincare products for that basic regimen, otherwise you could, when you mix and match with other skincare products, you could be creating chemical warfare on your skin. Now, I'm the first to tell you that there are some people that wouldn't bother them, and there are some people that wouldn't affect them. There would be no chemical warfare. But there are some people with sensitivities that you would be creating warfare, number one. Number two, even if you're not creating warfare, when you're mixing and matching other lines, you are not getting the same results. Our products are guaranteed. The miracle set results we get come from using them together. The ingredients and all the skin products are designed to work together. They're designed to give you the results that we give you reports on that are our results based on working together. And so whatever ingredient is in the cleanser is totally matched with what's in our day-night cream for those optimal results. Make sense? Okay, yes.
So that's true for someone who wants to keep their skincare but use our makeup. Is that chemical warfare or no?
Say that again.
So is that true for someone who wants to keep their skincare but use our makeup? Is that also chemical warfare?
No, no.
Because there's one of my clients. She said one of the skincare products that she's using is really working for her, and she'd rather not try something else. She wants to use that. I said, okay, I don't want to pressure you into it. I just want you. She did try it at the facial, all of our products and stuff, but she was just really interested in makeup, and so I pitched the makeup to her. But
makeup meaning foundation, right? What you're talking about?
The foundation, the eyeshadow.
Okay. Yeah.
She really wanted things like that, but she wanted to keep her skin regimen because she found it was really working.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a problem if they're using our foundation. Okay. So what I'm going to say to her, thank you. What I'm going to say to her, because she really likes what that regimen is doing for her, that other skincare line. If you believe that, she would be such a good customer to have, okay, I would be doing a couple things. I'd be saying, tell me more. Tell me, can you give me a little bit more specifics, what it is that you love about your current skincare regimen, okay? And she's going to tell you. And then you're going to say, okay, if all things were equal and you could have the same results from our skincare line, would you be willing to try it and use it? And she's probably going to say yes, because you can also say to her, because if all things are equal, I can tell you one thing that isn't equal. Ours is more cost efficient to use. I never use the word cheaper. I don't even use the word lesser money. I say more cost efficient. That's my word, okay? Because I can tell you if all things are equal, the one thing that will not be equal is our products are more cost efficient. So that said, would you be willing to switch if you knew that you were going to love same things about ours? Hypothetically, say to her. And she's going to say, well, yeah, because this is how you find out when you're dealing with a snob or not. Okay? And we call them the Mary Kay snob, the Estee Lauder snob, or the Clinique snob. You know, they're just going to use it because they like that name brand or whatever, right? And so she's going to say, well, yeah. I say, okay, here's what I want to do. If you would be willing, now this is what I would do. If you would be willing, I would like to give you a miracle set, just the miracle set to try. And I would like to get your opinion. Now, if you don't want to do the full miracle set, just do the travel size, $25. Okay? If I see something in her that I really want her on my team as a customer or as a consultant, whatever, because she's got connections, I'm going to say, just, will you just give me your opinion? Now, I am gifting it to her to give her my opinion.
And
Or to
still
get my
a write-off.
opinion. Yeah. And she's going to try it. And after 10 days, I like the full set because I wanted to go through the whole thing and really get hooked. Okay? If I'm wrong and she returns it to me, I say, if you don't like it, just return it to me. If she returns it to me, then I can turn it in as a product return. You look like you're questioning all that. Tell me more.
She doesn't want to give it away.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is? You just want to give it away?
Well, I think a lot of people may have an issue with giving away.
Yeah, and that's
miracles
fine. But is that what's holding you back? Because it's hard. I mean, Jen admits that she doesn't want them squirting their own product.
Yeah.
What goes on here stays here.
They're wasting.
That's okay. Pardon me? Exactly. But here's the thing. When she tries it and loves it and falls in love with it and spends and says, okay, I used it all and I like it. And she spends $110 with you for another one. What did you just make? You broke even. Because you gave away the first one, she paid for the next one. Now you are even. Would you agree? Okay. Now you're even. She gives it back to you. You send it back. You do a product return. The company sends you another one. Now you're not out any money.
Lost nothing.
You lost nothing.
With demos.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Now, when we are really tight on building our inventory, that's a harder thing to do.
That's where I am.
And that's okay. That is okay. That's okay. You might want to do the $25 one, or you might not do it at all. That's okay. Everybody's in a different place, and that's why I share this idea. There'll be a day that'll come that you'll be more comfortable with it. And you'll be able to step out of your comfort zone and see what you can gain from trying that.
And the
See what I'm saying?
$25 one is only $12.50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's something, everything you learn today, there might be something that doesn't work for you today, but it might work for you later. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, but once you get to that pan, did it make a difference?
Yeah. And so let's take the best case scenario. She buys another one. Now you break even. I mean, that's not so bad. You made an investment, giving up your profit on those two, giving up your profit to gain a customer. But now what have you got? And you probably have so much more. And you know why? Because you took that risk with her. You reached out to her to say, I'm going to give you this to try. That's sending a huge message of how much you believe in the product and even how much you believe in her. That's building something. That's building a bond of something more. So there's a whole lot more going with it. You have to decide, ladies, when I talk about these ideas of things I do, because I am a pretty giving person and maybe to a fault, but I don't think so because I feel like I've been very blessed in my business. But you're going to do what works best for you. And so in talking about the open, I said last week, the open is going to be different for all of you. And I want to do a couple where a couple of you come up here and do your open. But as long as you just cover the things we've talked about, setting up your party, setting it up for what you're going to do, you cover those things, it's going to be fine. That's the whole idea. It's not as much like the close where we get very specific on really, trust us, just say it this way. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, so the only other thing I want to mention was just how I connected with each person when I went around the table. Found something to connect with them about. Okay? That is how that also teaches you conversation. Because not everybody is a conversationalist. And I'm not trying to tell you you have to be, but I'm just saying that's the area that can help you grow in that place. Where was I? Speaking with her father, who is very interesting. But he was talking about what he does, and he was talking about some relative back east that has found that whole process, has really improved the GDP of the country in some areas, right? And so that was very interesting to me. So even if it doesn't interest you, all of a sudden I'm talking to somebody about this. It was fracking, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm
The
talking
gas
about
and
it's
oil
like,
business,
yeah. And so I'm listening to that because I want to know more. I'm the kind of person that wants to know what on this. Because then I can have a conversation about it with whoever. And they don't necessarily even have to know where I'm at on it, right? So it's kind of, but that's how. Now I know about test driving cars.
I know.
A tiny little bit more. And I'm so excited about that.
Plants we learned about.
Yes. And it's even if all I say to somebody that I meet that it just works, I go, oh my gosh, I just met somebody that test drives cars right there in Colorado Springs or Fountain or whatever. I'm excited. Anyway, so.
Well, great.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's
I
a
love
lot
it.
of
I love it.
information.
Yay, so good.
Anybody else a favorite takeaway?
I love how you said, and since your hostess said invited you to be pampered, we are going to add the extra products. That's not anything, but I have it in my head.
Right.
But I love that piece because really we get away from, okay, we this, and I just love how you just threw that in there. And because we did invite them to a pampering session.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. And you know what I forgot to say? Is I forgot to talk about my hostess. And she is earning free today. How many of you like free? When we sit over there and talk, we'll talk about when your follow-up facial is going to be. And you can either, and you guys have heard me say this before, but that's when I say to them, and you can either enjoy your follow-up facial one-on-one with just you and I, or you can choose to invite a few friends and earn free, just like our hostess is earning today. How many of you like free? Just don't say what they're earning for free. You don't need to get into that. You just say she's earning free. That you discuss over there. Huh?
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, and I always give her a gift. Almost always. And usually it's a lip gloss or it's going to be the foundation brush. Our hostess is going to get to use the actual foundation brush. And I just tell them to ooh, ah over it. Or if it's a lip gloss, I'll say, open it up, smell it, pass it around for everybody to smell. Don't put your nose on it, just smell it. Because you are going to want this. Doesn't that smell awesome? And that, So I'm giving her, they need to see me giving her a gift. And then I'm talking about the gift, the added gift she's going to get, which is the free. Okay?
So she gets the hostess with it.
Yeah, she gets a lip gloss or the foundation brush. And then the free that I'm giving her. I'm giving her 50 for free when she parties with me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Treat her right.
And you choose what you want.
Yeah, you can. And you could wrap up something if you want. I want it to be section 1 because that's what benefits me is to give away section 1. Okay. And so you do get to decide. It could be 25 for free if you party with me. It can be whatever you want. I mean, I do 50, 75, or 100, depending on how aggressive I am and wanting bookings on my books. Okay. So you get to decide. I'm just a big believer in really romancing the hostess so that others want to be a hostess too. The product that you double the price on.
Section 2 is like sample.
Yeah.
Section 2 is sample, and section 1 is the actual thing.
Yeah.
That's what we
That you
make
buy
up.
at one price and sell at another.
Yeah, okay. Just stop for a girl.
Yes. Yeah, well, thank you, Shari.
Thank you.
All right, let's get on our feet. We all gotta get on our feet and be all empowered. Ready? Here we go. I'll move this, swap places with you. Okay. Say it like you mean it, ladies. I'm great.
I'm great.
I'm wonderful.
I'm wonderful.
I'm a woman of excellence.
I'm a woman of excellence.
I'm a superstar. I will let nobody push my button. I will let nobody rain on my parade.
I will let nobody rain on my parade.
I will go over.
I will go over.
I will go under.
I will go under.
I will go round.
I will go round.
I will go straight through.
I will go straight through.
Any obstacle that comes my way.
Any obstacle that comes my way.
Because I'm highly motivated.
I'm highly motivated.
Truly dedicated.
Truly dedicated.
And I'm a future free cruiser in the making.
Free cruiser in the making.
Woo!